The Ducal Crypt is a burial chamber beneath the chancel of Stephansdom in Vienna, Austria. It holds 78 containers with the bodies, hearts, or viscera of 72 members of the House of Habsburg. History. Before his death at age 25 in 1365, Duke Rudolf IV III had ordered a crypt to be built for his remains in the new cathedral he commissioned, and it has sheltered those remains for almost 650 years. He also ordered a cenotaph for himself to be placed upstairs above the crypt, in front of the high altar. That symbolic tomb was later moved to the north choir, and his epitaph, written in secret symbols, was placed on the wall of that choir. The family of the ruling line of Austrian dukes was buried here after Rudolf IV, but after the dynasty became emperors they were buried in various cities. After the imperial crypt at the Carpusianikish opened in 1633, it became the new dynastic burial place. Embalmers have known since the time of the ancient Egyptians that it is necessary to remove the internal organs if the rest of the body is to be preserved. The containers with those organs were usually put in the coffin, but when the heir to the imperial throne, King Ferdinand IV of the Romans, died in 1654, he specified in his will that the container with his heart be placed in the Austria.It, his body in the imperial crypt in the Carpusianikish, and the urn with his viscera in the crypt at the Stephansdom. His instructions resulted in the foundation of the Herzgraft at the Austria.It. His younger brother, Emperor Leopold I, pursued a tradition imitating that distribution of remains, and also enlarged the imperial crypt to make it large enough for additional future burials. The urns with viscera were thereafter regularly deposited in the Ducal Crypt in the Stephansdom. There are now 33 persons who are each buried in all three places. By 1754 the small rectangular Ducal Crypt was overcrowded with 12 sarcophagi and 39 urns, so the area was expanded with an oval chamber being added beyond the east end of the rectangular one. New sarcophagi were made for some of the bodies. In 1956 the crypt was renovated and the contents were rearranged. The sarcophagi of Duke Rudolf IV III and his wife were placed upon a pedestal, and the 62 urns containing organs were moved from the 2 rows of shelves around the new section to cabinets in the original chamber. Deposition in the crypt has not always been permanent. Emperor Frederick III lived here for only 20 years after his death, until his magnificent tomb upstairs in the south choir was ready. The body of his brother, Archduke Albert VI, was removed after 300 years. The greatest influx, other than the regular arrival of visceral urns, came as a result of the Austrian version of the dissolution of the English monasteries under Emperor Joseph II in 1782. When the religious institutions holding bodies of some of the members of the dynasty were closed, they needed to be moved. The imperial crypt at the time had only half the space it has today, and already held 57 bodies. The emperor ordered that the bodies of 2 persons, 114 who had died before the imperial crypt opened, be brought to the ducal crypt instead. Another person, Empress Eleanor, 16, would normally have been entitled to space in the imperial crypt, but because her husband, 19, was not buried there either, her body was sent to the Ducal Crypt. It is probably around this time that the body of Duke Albert VI was removed to make room for others, and that the body 15, whose sarcophagus is inscribed with only the year and name of the parents, arrived. Identified through other evidence as 1-year-old Anna of Lorraine, it is known that her brother Charles V, Duke of Lorraine, married Archduchess Eleonora Maria Josepha 21 in 1678, and that marriage may have some connection with this non-Habsburg being brought here, but the exact reason is unclear. The last item interred here is the urn with the viscera of Archduke Franz Karl 78, father of Emperor Franz Joseph, in 1878. List of persons buried in the Ducal Crypt. The Ducal Crypt shelters the bodies of gated niches in the original chamber protect 62 copper urns containing the viscera of various members of the Habsburg dynasty.